Okay. There. Should be better. Let me just get the draft up over here. Appreciate it, Reed. Hold on, I'm trying to get everything set up here. Hold on. Okay, so in this stream, I'm just gonna basically the so far, and obviously every time a pick is announced, I'll announce the pick, and then we'll go ahead and rate the pick there. But let me just get it set up right here. Play the game. Okay, we will. We will. Trust. Just a second. Okay, here we go. They're picking the Panthers pick now. 26th overall pick. If you guys want to like ask me draft questions, you can. Or if there's a certain team you want me to project the next pick. But the Panthers, overall 46, taking the first running back, Jonathan Brooks. Honestly, I think it's the guy out of Texas. Yep, it's the guy out of Texas. Might be the best running back in the draft. So now I'm wondering where Blake Corum goes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and rate the first round. I got my board here so we can cook. So overall number 33 was the Bills. And it was Keon Coleman. I mean, any wide receiver that the Bills should get, honestly, would be a pick for them. A good pick for them, especially. Keon Coleman definitely fell a lot. The Bills had the 27th overall pick, and then traded down to the Chiefs, and then traded down again. So, on top of this pick, they have a whole bunch of more. They have more draft capital. One, and two, they got a receiver that I think could be very good. Josh Allen, I think will like him. So, I'm gonna give that a B plus. They definitely gonna take in Xavier Worthy, or maybe trade it up even more. Eagles, yes, I think the Eagles have won the draft so far, for sure. Um, oh, I'm sorry, Reed. But anyway, yeah, so the Eagles drafted the guy out of Toledo, and now they drafted Cooper DeJean, traded with Washington. So that was a very good pick. I don't know what they gave up, but the Giants are going to be drafting here very soon. The Giants and the Jaguars already have their pick solidified. Pick is in for both teams. Bengals are on the clock. And the Broncos will not draft until the third round. Let's see. Shoot, as I drop my marker. Okay. So in the third round so far, which is when the Cowboys traded down with the Lions gave them a third round pick. So Dallas got a lot from the Lions to move down 5 spots, 6, 7 spots. So that's pretty good. But yeah, the Broncos don't pick till pick 76. And I think that's our only third so far. We can trade up. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of compensation picks. That's what I was wondering. What was going on? But anyway. And then prospects available. Let's see if we can see that. So best available. Troy Franklin, wide receiver. The Giants are up on the clock. Darren Waller's getting old. Corners, they need a lot. But Tyler Nubin, I don't think has been selected. So they just lost their safety. I think that the Giants will take Tyler Nubin. He's the best safety in the draft this year. Not heard much about the other guy. The Giants need a lot. They lost Saquon, so since Jonathan Brooks just got drafted, do you draft Blake Corum? But I think that's too early. I say he'll probably fall late second round, but you never know. We were waiting for the Giants to pick. So the Giants. Let's talk about the Giants here. The Giants drafted Neighbors in the first round. That's automatically an A plus pick because Giants need a wide receiver. What do? They get the guy that Daniel Jones needs. Okay, news. The Bengals pick. So after the Giants, the pick is in already for the Giants. It's the Jaguars. Their pick is in. And the Bengals, their pick is in. So we have 3 picks waiting to be announced. We have Spencer Rattler. He could go here. I don't really see anyone else they take here. Okay, Reed. That's crazy. So the Giants got Neighbors. Let's see who they pick here at the 47th overall pick. Tiki Barber is announcing the pick. Tyler Nubin. So I got that one right. Obviously for the Giants, Tyler Nubin, I can't believe he fell to pick 47, honestly. I don't know. I don't think his combine was that bad. Not gonna lie. I did not think that his combo was that bad at all. So I don't know if he just fell. But the Giants, they're cooking. Honestly, they're cooking. So he's 6'1". Okay. His combine score was third. So he's cooking. Strength, has the size, length. He can cover the back end. Play split safety. Okay. Shades coverage. Oh, and develops the quarterback's eye. That's good. High-end ball tracker with ball skills. He can flip the field. He's athletic. So overall, I think that is a very good pick. The Jaguars already have the pick in, obviously. Um, the Jaguars. What do the Jags need? They're drafting now. The Jaguars drafted the wide receiver. They might go maybe linebacker, if that's still available. Maybe a corner, because I think they're thin on corners. So yeah, corner, edge, D tackle, and offensive tackle. Um, I bet this is definitely a corner. Um, let me see. So the 48th pick in the draft is defensive tackle Mason Smith. Okay, I forgot about him at LSU. Um, honestly, he's from LA, going to Jacksonville, so good for him, I guess. Yep, we just got the update. So now we have the Bengals on the clock. Bengals. You need a lot. You lost a lot. You could go wide receiver and maybe trade T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, but um, looking at down the list, I mean, if they can take Austin Booker, but it'll be a reach. I think they take tight end out of Texas, Jatavon Sanders. They lost Mixon, so let's see. The Tennessee running back, Jalen Wright, or Blake Corum. I don't think Blake Corum will be very good, but or they go and grab a D tackle. We have the commissioner, guarantee you he's getting booed right now, is coming out to announce the pick. The Bengals have the 49th overall pick in the draft. I definitely bet this is the tight end, a tight end. Linebacker, I don't think they're throwing linebacker. I mean, they got Wilson, they got Pratt still, I think. So the linebacker position's pretty good. I mean, he's about to announce the pick any second now, so let's see who they're cooking with. We have a fan announcing the pick. Oh, did I miss Sketch announce his pick? If any, can anyone answer that? Did I miss Sketch or no? I hope not. But did I miss Sketch? Yeah. Okay. So the Bengals take Chris Jennings. Okay. Very good pick. I think he is good. That's a very good pick, honestly. Out of Michigan, they lost DJ Reader, so Chris Jennings is a very good pick for the Bengals. So I would give that a B plus, you know. Tight end, I would definitely get because if you're going to trade T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd, both, you never know. Jamar Chase is basically the only guy you got. But I like what they're doing with the defense. They drafted offensive tackle to block Joe Burrow, so if they can get the money situated, then they're cooking. The Commanders are on the clock currently, 5 minutes remaining. Commanders need a good bit as well. So let's see, they drafted Jaden Daniels, so QB. Then you got Austin Eckler, you got McLaurin. Let's see, you got Jahan Dotson. Maybe you go get your guy Jaden Daniels, a third receiver. Or you pair the corner up because they lost Kendall Fuller. Since they drafted Jaden Daniels at QB, they could go after like the guy out of Mississippi, Missouri, or the guy out of Florida State, but they're picking the Washington Commanders, the 50th overall pick, take corner Mike Strainristle out of Michigan. So back-to-back Michigan players taken there. I guess Michigan's cooking. Yep. Oh no. Shoot. Yeah, so back-to-back Michigan players taken off the board. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on the clock. Pittsburgh. Where's the chat at? Where's the chat at? Come on, guys. Come on, chat. Say something. Is there something you want me to talk about specifically, or make a suggestion for the pick? Okay, I'll make a suggestion for the Steelers pick. Steelers. What are we needing here, Steelers? They could cook with a wide receiver. Not gonna lie. Especially because you got Troy Franklin up at the top here. Or Deani Mitchell from Texas. He's still up there. Or there's not very good interior offensive linemen. Except Cooper Beebe, which they'd have to trade down, I think, but the pick is in. So I don't know. Blake Fisher out of Notre Dame will be getting drafted here soon. They don't need defense, I don't think. Don't need a tight end. A wide receiver is one of their needs. Cornerback, did they solve the cornerback room? Let's see. You drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. I can't think of your corners, but I know that Denver had signed Mike Wallace. Levi Wallace, I think, whatever it was. Anyway, dog. I know the Pittsburgh fans told me he was a dog, so they can't change their mind now. But anyway, so I think they definitely go with a wide receiver. The best one on the board is a Donnie Mitchell. I don't know out of Texas. But Troy Franklin, obviously, um, good, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. Corley out of Western Kentucky also has an extra year of experience. He was a senior, but he's also older. So comment down below so I know who's here. Yeah, I'm gonna take my guess. Steelers take wide receiver. We're gonna go with Troy. Troy Franklin. He can get up, snatch them balls. He was pretty quick, not gonna lie. Um, Mitchell from Texas. He'll probably be the one that's picked, actually. The Steelers already got George Pickens. He can go up for the ball. He can make good catches on the sidelines. Um, they traded what's his face to the Panthers. We got Jake. Is this It is Pat Freiermuth. Okay, he is selecting the pick for the Steelers. Zach Frazier, center from West Virginia. That is genius. He won wrestling state titles. Steelers, a pick. Very good pick. Steelers, very good pick. That was a very good pick by the Steelers. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts. So if Doss is listening, we can now talk about the Colts. Colts have pick 20, and the pick is already in. So Commanders just so the Commanders are now back on the clock. Washington and Philly are trading. They've been trading a lot, actually. That's who they traded up to get Cooper DeJean. Okay. Man, so they took the defensive tackle out of Illinois. Then they took the corner. Okay, they might be cooking. Jaden Daniels. Now they're on the clock. The pick is in for the Colts. The Colts gotta take tight end here, right? They'd be dumb not to, right? They'd have to be dumb if they don't. You gotta get Anthony Richardson, another weapon. Mo Alie-Cox. I'm not. He's not the guy. Not gonna lie, he's not the guy. They're also winning a corner, so Trying to get signed in. The Colts are announcing the pick. Who's announcing their pick? Oh, Zaire Franklin. I know he looks so familiar. Who are we taking here? The Colt. Who are we taking here? Indianapolis. Wide receiver. Donnie Mitchell. Wow. So they did get help for Anthony Richardson. I don't think it was the best pick for Anthony Richardson. Obviously, another wide receiver helps a lot. But a comfortable tight end is way more wanted than a wide receiver. Especially since they got Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. What's his name? Pittman. So, I'm going to go with the L pick on that one. Fault, but I don't think it was a good pick. The Commanders back on the clock. So, once again, the Commanders have taken QB and Jaden Daniels. They've taken cornerback, as in Mike, not going to pronounce his last name. They've taken on defensive tackle, Newton, not going to pronounce his first name. And I think that's all they've cooked. I thought they picked something else, but nope. Supposed to be the fourth pick. Washington. Offensive line. Offensive line. I can see it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go on to the next pick here. We'll erase the board. Okay. Commanders. I think you take an offensive lineman here. The Commanders definitely got to go offensive line. Definitely take an offensive line. Okay, we got the Browns. They're on the clock. I hate to be the guy, but your wide receivers are good. Tight end's good. O-line, if you want to get one to sit behind Batonio or Teller, because they both have 1 year left on their deals, they're getting old. Or, you know what? I think it's too early. I was going to say that they take quarterback. But I guess they don't. The Browns did not have a first overall pick, so I think the Browns also take offensive line here. It's their biggest need. The guy's getting old. I think they have a hole. Pokic is the center. I think they have a missing tackle. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them taking offensive line. No. I'm gonna have them take a linebacker. Besides Carmoa, name me Browns linebacker. That's what I thought. Anyway, next. Dolphins. You guys, earlier in the draft, drafted edge. D-line. Good pick. But the Dolphins here don't mess around, baby. The Dolphins are taking O-line. Got you guys. The Dallas Cowboys, baby. O-line, running back, defensive line, wide receiver. I don't think they draft wide receiver here. I don't think they drafted defensive lineman. Dallas in the first round drafted the guy that I really like. The offensive tackle. Can't remember what his name is, but he looked very good. Very athletic at an offensive lineman that weighs 300 pounds. So, is this where we see our second running back off the board? I think it is. I think the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, it's getting towards the end of the second. I think they're gonna take a running back. Not gonna lie. Then the Buccaneers. Buccaneers. I can't remember who you guys took in the first round. So let's see. Who did we take in the first round, guys? Okay, they're announcing the Commanders pick. 53rd overall. I think they're going to take an offensive lineman. Tight end. Ben Sinnott. Out of Kansas State. It's not good. Not a good pick. Commanders need O-line. Their tight end's not. Hold on. My fault, guys. Had to cook. Anyway, Browns are selecting. Tight end should not have been taken by the Commanders. Anyway, Browns take a defense lineman out of Ohio State. Can you guys hear me now? Oh my god, I was muted during that whole thing. I'm gonna say it all again, because I think I'm unmuted now. I ranked all the AFC teams of where I think they're gonna be in the playoffs. Broncos 8-9, Chargers 6-11, Raiders 9-8, Chiefs 12-5. Chargers, I don't think they're there yet. Raiders, they're getting there. They're getting there. Quarterback away. Chiefs, they're the Chiefs. Broncos, Sean Payton could get us 8 wins with the schedule that we have. Texans 12-5, love them. Very good team. Titans 7-10, almost there. Get your quarterback, you'll be up higher. Jaguars, this is the season for Trevor Lawrence. If he does good, it's your guy, Jaguars. If he doesn't do too well, then I would sincerely put him on the chopping block. Colts 10-7. Anthony Richardson, I love what they have on offense. Tight end scares me a little bit, but they need to use, but he's pretty good. Riley Cox. They need to use Jonathan Taylor. Laiatu Latu, Leonard. I can't remember what he wants to go by now. But was it Shaquille? No, I think it was Shaquille Leonard. But anyway, you just paid your defensive tackles, Forrest Buckner. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. You re-signed Julian Blackmon. So 10-7 for the Colts is pretty respectable. Now Bills, this is where we had not done anything yet. No offense. He has nothing to throw to. Josh Allen. I'm sorry, buddy. The defense broke a lot. I think the Bills go 9-8. It's gonna be a tough schedule. I don't like it. Jets 13-4. I think they're gonna be outstanding. Patriots. The offseason moves that they made were subtle, but not enough. 6-11. Dolphins. You got worse. You got worse. But you're still very good. 10-7. Now, the number 1 seed, who I think will be number 1, is the Ravens. Number 1, 14-3. Number 2, winning their division, is the Jets at 13-4. Number 3 is the Chiefs, winning the AFC West. And 4 is the Texans, winning the AFC South. Now, we have a lot of teams at 10-7, but we have one team at 11-6, Cincinnati Bengals. That means the teams that aren't 10-7 are not making playoffs. Bills, no playoffs for you. Steelers, no playoffs for you. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, no playoffs for you. Titans, no playoffs for you. Patriots, no playoffs for you. So we have the Dolphins, Browns, Colts, Jaguars. So one of these teams is not making, or 2 of these teams are not making the playoffs. Wow. Sorry, 2 of these teams are not making. 2 of these teams are not making the playoffs. Okay. They were in the playoffs this year. The quarterback was a guy that came in when the quarterback was not there. He came in. He clutched up. I think the starter's going to come back. I think they could play better than how I have them, as long as he does good. So, Browns Nation, you are in the playoffs. Browns sneak in at the 6th seed. 7th seed. Dolphins, Jaguars, Colts. I'm going to eliminate a team because I'm scared of the players, the quarterback's health, and overall the weapons on the team for this player. They don't use the running back how they should. You should already be able to tell who it is. The coaching's okay. It's the Colts. Sorry, but you're eliminated. So it's either Jaguars or Dolphins. Dolphins lost a lot of pieces. The Jaguars got a lot of pieces. The wide receiver core is amazing. The tight end, Evan Ingram, is amazing. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, offensive linemen, they're all very, very talented. The defense, you got Josh Allen, probably some other randoms I can't think of right now. Dolphins did lose a lot of pieces. And I think with a very stacked AFC, you don't make the playoffs. I'm gonna have to take the Jags. Tua, I still am on the edge with. So with Trevor Lawrence. But with the team around him, I think he can do well. So, I'm going to erase my board so I can show you who I have making the playoffs here. Hold on. You know what? We can also do Super Bowl predictions with the AFC after this. So let me write these down. And then we had the Bengals, Browns, and finally Jags. So, that is the list. Ravens, Jets, Chiefs, Texans, Bengals, Browns, Jags. Now, that's what I think is in the playoffs and their win totals. So the Ravens get a first round bye. Jets versus Jaguars. Jags, you're out. Jets versus Browns. Just because it's so early and I don't know how Deshaun Watson will play, I have to give it to the Chiefs. But Browns fans, know that if Deshaun Watson plays very well, I will have you beating the Chiefs. And then Texans, Bengals. I'm sorry, Bengals fans, but the Texans are really loaded. So we got the Ravens, the Jets, Chiefs, and Texans all making it past the first round. So that'll be Ravens versus Texans and Jets versus Chiefs. Ravens versus Texans. Texans have a very pass-heavy offense. Ravens are going to have a very good run defense. With Lamar winning MVP, the defense is looking very good, but the Texans is looking very good. Give me the Texans, baby. The Ravens, I don't think John Harbaugh's the guy. Give me the Texans. Jets versus Chiefs. I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last year. I think he will retire after this year. And I think with the team that they have built around him, I think they got to beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will lose to the Jets. So it'll be in the AFC Championship, it'll be the 13-4 Jets versus the 12-5 Texans. Both these teams are very good, but when it comes to the AFC Championship, there's one guy that's got experience. And I think with the team that they built around him, CJ Stroud, very impressive rookie year. I bet you'll do the exact same thing your second year. But this is your chance to get playoff experience. I don't think you make the Super Bowl this year. I'm very sorry. But I think your AFC champions will be the New York Jets. I think that's backwards for you guys. I'm sorry. But I have the New York Jets making the Super Bowl. WL bad take. I don't really care. Anyway, now let's go to the NFC. We'll do it on this side so I can compare them. Now the NFC, I think, is much weaker than the AFC. We had 4 teams, 10-7, racing to get the wild card spot, and I don't think it'll be close for the NFC side. Okay, so number 1, I think will be the best team in the NFC. I have to do it. It's going to be the 49ers. I still think they're the best team in this conference. I think they go 13-4. Next. Now, people might be shocked, but this team's had an amazing draft so far. The offseason was very good. They loaded up with a running back. They re-signed all their wide receivers. The O-line is very good. They lost a guy on the offensive line. They lost a guy on the defensive line. But I think with the guys that they have developing, they're going to be a good team. And I have the Eagles going 12-5. 12-5. Next. Since the 49ers, Eagles. Now, next is the winner of the NFC North. This team has had a very good offseason. That's my bad. They made their first playoff game since their original team, since they lost their, let me restart. This team made the playoffs for the first time last year since their old quarterback had been traded. The young quarterback, I think, showed a lot in their draft and has been very good. The offseason is very good. I think it's the Packers. I think the Packers go 11-6. Oh, no. I made an oopsie. I made an oopsie with everything. I'm very sorry, guys. Sorry, I made an oopsie. Let's restart. Since you guys already know. We're in the NFC North. Lions, baby. Winning the second seed in the NFC is the 49ers. And then I'm going to have the Eagles win the EFC East, or the NFC East, yes. And then the South will be the Falcons. The Lions, 14-3. 49ers, 13-4. Eagles, 12-5. Falcons, 11-6. Now, we go into these other teams. The NFC West has the Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks. We can already cancel off the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So only the LA Rams are the only team that can potentially make the playoffs. Now we go in the NFC South. Nobody but the Bucks. The Bucks are a potential. In the NFC East, I'm gonna give it to Dallas, but the Commanders will be very close. You know what? No, I'm gonna put them on here. Commanders to maybe squeak one out. And then I think the Packers obviously will be up here as well. And the Bears I'm gonna put up here as well. So actually this is a way more stacked NFC than I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate. So the teams that I didn't say, unfortunately, you are eliminated from playoff contentions. So the Rams, Bucks, Cowboys, Commanders, Packers, and Bears are the only teams left in the NFC that I think can take up the next 3 spots in the wild card. I'm going to eliminate this next team that they lost their very good interior offensive lineman due to retirement. Their receivers, I mean, they're there, but their quarterback's getting old. They've done okay in the offseason. And I'm going to cross off the LA Rams. I bet they go 10-7, maybe 9-8. But I don't think they make the playoffs. Sorry. Next up is the team that I think in the next couple years will be a very good team. They're old. They signed a lot of free agents, new head coach, but I don't know if that head coach can get them there this year. It's the Commanders. I'm sorry, Commanders, but I don't think you can make the playoffs. So we have the Bucks, Cowboys, Packers, and Bears. Now, the one team, I'm going to go ahead and save 2 teams. The team that I think will finish in the 5 seed is the Packers. The Packers had a very, very good offseason. And I think they go 11-6. And then, honestly, is the Cowboys. But I think they drop to only 7-10. I think they really drop. And now we got the Bucks or Bears. Now, this team has a very complete offense that I'm about to pick. Honestly, I think this team's going to be very exciting to watch. Rookie quarterback. You guys can probably tell who I'm already picking. It's the Chicago Bears at the 7 seed. Honestly, very good draft, very good offseason. It was already a pretty decent team with Justin Fields. Now we got a guy that I think is way better. The coaching is way better. And yeah, that's definitely who I think is going to make the NFC playoffs. Now we can go ahead and see who I'm going to have who I have playing the Jets in the AFC in the Super Bowl. So, Lions obviously get the bye because I have them going 14-3. We have the 13-4 49ers versus the 10-7 Bears. Bears, very good story. Caleb Williams does not have playoff experience. 49ers do have playoff experience. I think the 49ers are going to get past the Bears O-line. I think it will struggle against this game. Bears are out. 49ers advance. The Eagles, 12-5, playing in Philadelphia against the Cowboys. The Cowboys cannot beat the Eagles in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Cowboys lose. Okay, the Falcons at home against the Packers. Packers destroyed the very good defense Cowboys last year in the playoffs. I think Matt LaFleur will be very good. The Falcons head coach, is it Arthur Smith still, actually? But I don't think they're there yet. Give them another year. I have the Packers moving on. Now we have the Lions versus the Packers. Once again, this was a playoff game last season. This game will be a very good game. I think this will be a defense, but also an offensive game. This will be a 20-30 point game. But I think with the offseason moves that this team made, and the team that they're playing that is going to lose lost a couple players on the offense, which this team's defense I think will destroy them at the end. I'm going to take the Lions, beat the Packers. It'll be a very close game, as I said. Basically, the O-line for the Packers going against that Lions defensive line is scary. I think Jordan Love will get pressured a lot. I don't think they'll be able to move the ball, and that's why I'm picking the Lions to beat the Packers. Now, a game. 49ers at home versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, this will be a game. This will either be a game that so many points are scored, it'll be a 30 to 30 whatever game, maybe 40s, or this will be like a low 20s to high 10s game. I think the team that I'm going to pick has just had the better offseason. They didn't lose. They lost some guys, but they gained a whole bunch. And that's the Eagles. I think the Eagles will defeat the 49ers. So, Lions, Eagles, NFC Championship. The Eagles with one of maybe the best offense in the league, led by Saquon, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. You know, they got the team is so good. And in the defense, they got 2 corners in the draft. They got their safety back from a couple years ago from the Lions. Just the defensive line is good. They lost Hassan Reddick, and the linebackers I don't think are that good. And the Lions. The offense is very good too. The Patriots are selecting offensive tackle from Penn State. Yeah, that's not good. They should have taken a wide receiver. This Lions versus Eagles game will be such a good game. I'm going to have Jared Goff take his Lions back home, because I think this is a green versus green Super Bowl. I think we have the Jets versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, obviously, the Jets are in it to win it this year, and the Eagles are pretty much in it to win it this year. Now, they almost won the last time that the Jets won a Super Bowl. I think they won one. It's been a while. Eagles 2017, but the team is nothing like it used to be. Way different team. They've had so many people retire, so many people off the team. Anyway, erase. So the Jets versus the Eagles. Very, very good matchup. Green on green. Aaron Rodgers has come out sparking. I think he's going to be able to find his players very well. And I think that's rub marker all over my face. Nice. But with the Eagles, they're going to be able to run against them. They're going to be able to pass against them. Sauce Gardner versus A.J. Brown. But I think the team that wins the Super Bowl is, I hate that I'm saying this, because the guy that I know is a fan of this probably isn't even watching, which is sad. But your 2025 NFL champion, Super Bowl champion, the Philadelphia Eagles. Do I think This is a very good chance. Obviously, yes. The offense, I think, I'm going to say is the best offense in the league. The defense is the top defense in the league. I'm going to give it to the Lions there. So the Lions could be here in this situation where they are in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl. But I just think with the multi-attack with the Eagles, I think they can just get the job done and win the game when it comes to the important part. Now I'm going to put who I think will be the offensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year. The DPOY. Let's see. We got the comeback player of the year. We'll do a coach of the year. Coach of the year. And we have offensive rookie of the year. Offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year. And then MVP and Super Bowl MVP. I don't think I'm missing anyone. I mean, the Walter Payton Award is an award, but that's going to be really hard to pick now. So, Offensive Player of the Year next year. Wow, that is a tough pick. Man, I hate that I'm doing this, man, but I sound like I'm like a Eagles fan, but I think A.J. Brown's Offensive Player of the Year. No, because they got Saquon. I think Saquon will take a lot of his spotlight, so I'm sorry. I almost said that. And the Broncos are almost on the clock, so we're going to be picking here soon. Let me just make sure. Let me see when we draft here. We still have pick 12, so we still got a little bit. When it's Dallas's pick, that's when it's game on, baby. Offensive Player of the Year. You know what? That was so tough. We'll give it to Tyreek Hill. DPOY. I think this is pretty easy. Sack machine. Not going to lead this team to the playoffs, but it's TJ Watt. Next, Comeback Player of the Year. This is easy. Taking his team to the Super Bowl. Sounding a bell. Didn't play any snaps. He played like 5 snaps with his team. 4-3. It's Aaron Rodgers. I bet he wins Comeback Player of the Year. Coach of the Year. I'm going to pick the team that I had winning the most amount of games. Dan Campbell. I love his game. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think with the team that they built around him, obviously he was picked very high. He has a lot of hype. He has a lot of expectations. Being the first overall pick, I think the Offensive Rookie of the Year will be Caleb Williams. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think this will be a guy that if he didn't get injured in college, he's a top 10 pick, maybe top 5 pick in the draft. Honestly, he was told to retire, medically retire 2 years ago from football, but he came back last year. He got picked by a team that took a chance on him, and I think he's going to pay off by winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. This will be Laiatu Latu. Good pick. MVP of the league. MVP of the league. The last time this guy played the whole season, this guy won MVP. And I think since he's leading this team to the Super Bowl, I gotta go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's gonna cook one more time. But I can see Patrick Mahomes being in that race because now he's gonna have some weapons. But I'm gonna give it to Aaron Rodgers. Super Bowl MVP. We have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, right? So the thing with the Jets, okay? I don't think they have an interior defense. Obviously, a strong corner. The Jets' safeties so far are just okay. Unless I'm forgetting someone, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go with Saquon, baby. So, Offensive Player of the Year, Tyreek Hill. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Comeback Player of the Year will be Aaron Rodgers. Coach of the Year will be Dan Campbell. Offensive Rookie of the Year will be Caleb Williams. Defensive Rookie of the Year will be Laiatu Latu. MVP will be Aaron Rodgers. Super Bowl MVP will be Saquon Barkley. Now, obviously, some Jets and Eagles fans will be liking me. Maybe some Lions. But I think I'm pretty fair with my picks as of now. Honestly, like I'm not making bad picks, but at the same time, I'm trying not to be biased. Just thinking, so that's the NFL season next year. When the draft is done, I'm going to put all the teams in a Madden, updated rosters, and I'm going to find out who really Madden thinks will win the Super Bowl. Who will win the division? I'm going to compare it to who I have tonight. I'll compare the player awards that Madden has. Overall, I mean, I think I did good. I can like guess where free agents are gonna go to make the stream a little bit longer. How long we cooking here? Hold on, let me see how long we've been cooking. We've been cooking for an hour and 45 minutes. Denver is going to pick here soon, so I think we're gonna hang around till after Denver picks, and then we're gonna set up the potential offense for the Denver Broncos. And if anyone wants to comment, and we'll set up the potential offense or defense for their team, we certainly will, because you're an OG and you're staying and watching the stream. I mean, I'm probably gonna go live on TikTok tomorrow night. I'll probably talk about the same stuff again. Touch 780 on my TikTok, obviously. But I want to go ahead and talk about the guys that have been drafted. I was going to talk about free agents, but I'm going to talk about the guys that have been drafted so far. So obviously I'm going to go with the first overall pick in the draft. I'm going to talk about Caleb Williams. If he does not success this year, he's a bust. What could the Bears have done better to prepare him for the NFL? They gave him receivers, tight end, running back, O-line. They're still drafting O-line. And the defense, they got a pass rusher, they got a corner, they got a safety. I mean, I don't know if Caleb Williams can ask for any more. Tremaine Edmonds, I don't think you can ask for any more. I'm going to grade Caleb Williams an A+, obviously. He didn't have the best 2024 season, but in college, but I mean, he was still up there. So number 2 was Jaden Daniels. Love this pick for the Commanders. They wanted a guy that can scramble out of the pocket. They wanted a guy that can get the ball downfield. He has a better arm than Drake May. He can see the field very well. The only concern that I really saw was his size was one, but he wasn't that small. He's like 6'1". So, I mean, overall, he's a very good. He's the one of one in any other draft. Maybe not because Marvin Harrison. But I'm gonna give Daniels for the Commanders an A. I mean, it would be an A plus, but if he was just a little bit taller, actually, I'm gonna give it an A plus. I think this is the next best pick for any team. Like, this is a very, very, very nice pick. Number 3 was May. Now, it might just be me. I've heard other people say it, but it could just be strong on me. I don't think May will survive in the NFL. The Patriots, I think it's going to be another Mac Jones. The Patriots have no receivers, no tight end, a running back, but how's that going to make him better? An O-line that's pretty good, and the defense is pretty good. With a new coordinator, GM, head coach, I'm gonna give the Drake May an A. I'll do a B plus. Obviously a lot to learn about him. He was up there in the the Heisman Trophy. But I'm not gonna give it to him today. Number 4, Marvin Harrison. If you're the Cardinals, you have to make your franchise quarterback happy. You're paying him all this money in Kyler Murray. They've always had a receiver. They don't have a receiver right now. It's Marco Harrison. The tight end is the young guy, Tulane, I think is what he's from. Anyway, he is good. Oh, and the Dallas Cowboys took BB. I had them taking him in the 2nd round, but they take him here in the early 3rd round. So it's good. But anyway, the Cardinals need a lot. But I think Marvin Harrison coming into the NFL, I'm going to give him an A. He lacks speed, and I think him catching the ball over his right and left is also a bit of an issue. He can only catch the ball off one side, I guess, is what I've heard. But we got Denver's pick coming up here. Chicago Bears. So the Falcons, the pick is in. The Chicago Bears are on the clock. So Denver is after the Bears at pick 76. After Marvin Harrison was Joe Alt. Joe Alt. Awesome. He was a very good tackle for college. Very good for Notre Dame. And I think he'll be a very good, solid pick in the NFL. But if I was the Chargers, I am not taking Joe Alt there. I'm taking Malik Nabers, which does go at 6. Because you got to make your franchise quarterback happy. That's just what it is. You're already paying him. I don't know why they're just punishing themselves at this point. But I don't think that was a good pick at all. Obviously, my opinion doesn't matter. Jim Harbaugh does, because he's the head coach. But if I was to grade the player, I'm grading him an A. but the team that drafted him would give him a B. It wasn't a very good place to draft Alt. He is not the guy for the Chargers. Anyway, but I am going to go to Malik Nabers to the Giants. This is an A pick. Same with Marvin Harrison. Malik Nabers can do everything Marvin Harrison could do. Malik Nabers is faster, and the Giants needed a guy. And for that reason, I'm actually going to give him the A+. Marvin Harrison was a very good fit for the Cardinals, but he was a little bit slow, so we're going to give him the A. But Malik Nabers, quick. He can do everything. He can do everything Marvin Harrison can do, plus some, minus a little bit, whatever. Anyway, you need to make Daniel Jones happy. He's your quarterback as of now, so definitely make him happy with Malik Nabers. Very good pick. Now, this was the Titans pick, and they took, what's his face, the tackle. Titans draft. Okay, so it was C.J. Latham, okay. Or J.C. Latham. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to give him Will Levis another year, blocking him is very good. He's your potential guy in Tennessee, and you got to block him. You got the receivers in the offseason. C.J. Latham was very good in college. I'm gonna give this an A-. It was a good pick for the Titans with the 8th pick. This is where me, as a Denver Broncos fan, does not like this pick, because we needed this pick. We needed Michael Penix to fall, but he was drafted at 8 by the Falcons. He is a very good player. I think he's NFL ready. I would rank it a B+ to an A- if he was with the Raiders. But he's not. This is not a good pick by the Falcons. He's going to be 27-28 when he steps on the field. This is an F. This is an F. This is just an F pick. Sorry, but it's an F pick. Okay, we have the Jets at 10, or Jets at 9. No, I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh no, it's the Lions or the Bears at 9. And they took Odunze. The Broncos are about to take their picks, so after these next 2 picks, then it will be the Broncos pick. But Odunze, making your franchise quarterback once again, giving him another receiving option. Keenan Allen does have injury background, so for them to get a guy that can, 1, help Caleb Williams, 2, come in if Keenan Allen gets hurt. I love this pick. At pick 9, I think it was a good pick, a bad pick. It's like right in the middle. It's where he should have been taken. But it was me. If I was the Bears, I'm taking a defensive player like Laiatu Latu or Verse or whoever is there at the clock. Anyway, I'm only going to give this pick. I'm going to give this pick an A. I love that pick. McCarthy to the Vikings. I think McCarthy is a O. He's small. I think he was overhyped by Jim Harbaugh. But the Vikings really needed a quarterback, which is why I'm going to give this pick a B+. I think that is fair. You can argue that it's higher. You can argue that it's lower. I think B plus is a very good spot for the team fit and his actual playing ability. So I'm gonna definitely give that pick a B plus. The 11th pick was the Jets that traded back with Minnesota. So I'm gonna give the Jets bonus points for trading back because they got picks, extra picks, and McCarthy was not their guy. So at pick 11, the Jets take offensive lineman. Who they take? Oh. The pick is in for Denver, baby. Oh, Fashanu. They took Fashanu, actually? Oh, shoot. Tony Scheffler is giving the Broncos pick. Come on, baby. Corner, safety, receiver, Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin. Cut Tim Patrick. Give me Troy Franklin. Give Bo Nix his teammate. If Troy Franklin is not taken, that's embarrassing if he is. Come on, Troy Franklin. Edge. No. No! Horrible pick. Horrible. Utah. Horrible pick. That is a horrible pick by Denver. In the third round, I mean, you can't go wrong. He could be good, but he's definitely not good. So, that's an F pick. We didn't need him. Anyway, Jets, 11th overall pick. Fashanu. Protect Aaron Rodgers. He's your guy when Tyron Smith retires. It's an A minus. That's with the star. That's what made it an A minus. I would have been on the border of A minus to B plus, but since there's the star, I'm gonna give it a A minus. And pick 12, my Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. My cons with Bo Nix is just his combine was okay. I mean, he can play football. He can play football. Sean Payton said that he is a better prospect than Patrick Mahomes, he thinks. I think with Sean Payton's system, he'll be very good. Obviously, we needed a quarterback because Zach Wilson's not going to cut it. At the end of the day, Denver needed him. He liked Denver. Sean Payton's okay with it. I'm just going to give it an A minus. I'm going to give it an A minus. I don't want to be too biased. He was picked a little bit early. Okay. So A minus, B plus, but A minus. I really like this pick. Sean likes this pick. I'm okay with it. So to recap, Caleb Williams was an A plus. Jaden Daniels was an A plus. Drake May was a B plus. Marvin Harrison was an A. Joe Alt was a B. Neighbors was an A plus. Jake D. Latham was a A minus. Penix was an F. Roma Dunze was an A. McCarthy was a B plus. Fashanu was an A minus. Nix was an A minus. So, I mean, let's see. Let me see. We've been on for about 2 hours. What is it? 10:12. I don't think there's much else to do, guys. Sorry you've been staring at a Madden screen, but I didn't know what else to put it on. Maybe I should have put it on the draft of some sort. Google and just show you guys who is getting drafted when. But I mean, I hope you guys agreed with the picks that I had. at the beginning of the second round, that's when we were like, okay, is this a good pick? Who are they gonna draft? But you know, now we're just seeing like roster fills, guys that have potential. But anyway, Eagles Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers comeback player of the year and MVP. Caleb Williams offensive rookie of the year. Laiatu Latu defensive player of the year. Even though comeback player, I still reference MVP. So well, anyway, I don't think there's much else to do. I'm just going to check the chat, make sure you guys haven't said anything, because if you have, I definitely want to respond or end the stream with what you guys have commented. Let's see. Okay, listen, well, you guys need anything else? I hope the people that watched the video, I hope I did, I hope it was an okay video. It was a different video. So, anyway, comment if you liked it. We might do a full draft recap of the first round. We'll put the players in Madden for sure. So this only being a 2-hour stream, trust me, we will do much more. We'll probably start rebuilding teams again after the draft, after free agency, stuff like that. If you guys have anything else, tell me if you see me, if you have video ideas, or I think I am going to go live on TikTok. We'll just talk about the draft. It's Hutch780 on TikTok. But guys, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and go Broncos, I guess. Yeah, baby.